Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
Already, we've got Miss Lindsay Bloom on the radio with us this morning. Good morning, girl. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Stephen. I'm doing pretty good considering what time it is out here.
I know, that's right. But, you know, you did this movie out here in Canton, Georgia. You got to come out here with all this good fresh air. What made you decide to go back to California, man? You can't breathe good out there.
Oh, you got that right. That's for sure. Well, this is kind of where I've been for quite a while, since about 1972 when I moved here to do the Dean Martin show. It's one of the Dingaling sisters. So you got to come back to the stomping grounds, as they say. But I loved it down in Georgia. We had a great time filming down there in Canton. It's a lovely town. And I've been to Georgia several times in my career over the years, so I love that. Great place.
Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff, and like you said, you got your start with Dean Martin. I mean, I am a huge Dean Martin fan. I know I'm not cool and I'm not classy, but I mean, I always thought Dean Martin was like the dude.
Well, he's the crooner from way back.
Yeah,
you know.
No doubt. So that's
he has such a recognizable voice as well. So yeah, it was very cool. Great time in Hollywood and to be in show business. I don't think I'd want to be 22 starting out today, Steve.
No, I'm with you, man. I guarantee you, there's too much knots and don'ts and all that kind of stuff. You can't make fun of nobody anymore.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Well, it doesn't stop us, really. We just keep on.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear somebody's doing it. Somebody's courageous.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't. Every show we do, we think it's going to be our last. Now tell us.
Nobody actually listens to us, so we're okay.
You got this.
Oh, stop.
You've got this. The new movie that's coming out, or I guess it's already been released. We was going to watch it last night, and then I fell asleep because I'm at that age. You know how it is when it gets past about 9 o'clock. But
well, that's all right.
There you go.
Still got a few days left in the end of this year.
There you go.
So,
but Charlie's.
Yes, it's called Charlie's Christmas Wish, and
right.
It's a wonderful family film, and it came out on Veterans Day, which was appropriate because of the fact that it is about a returning veteran who has PTSD and
right.
his journey to reacclimate himself with his family and his community and figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his life. And Charlie is actually the little dog. She gets her assignments from God, and she helps heal the family, and she alerts them to the fact by running away into the woods that, you know, there's some homeless veterans out here we need to take care of.
That's
so
right.
I play the mayor, Aurora Cox, and I help facilitate and get stuff done for the veterans. So, yeah.
Now, are you a conservative mayor or a liberal mayor?
Well, that isn't revealed in this movie, but if it was, I'd be a conservative mayor.
Okay, there we go. This is I watched the trailer for this. It looks like a really cool movie. But now you've been in a lot of stuff. Back in the day, I was you were actually on the Mike Hammer show. I watched Mike Hammer back. I can remember that. Mm-hmm. But you was actually the secretary for Mike Hammer.
Yeah, I played Velda. In fact, I had to dye my hair brunette and lose 22 pounds and audition 9 times to get that role.
Really?
I call it the Velda Marathon, yes.
9 times. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty cool movie. I love the hat. See, I'm a fedora. I wear a fedora today.
Oh, yeah, great hats. Yeah, that was the style. We gave the show as much of a 50s feel as we could, but still set in the present day
that was
at that time.
Stacy Keach, wasn't it, that played Mickey
Yeah,
Spillane?
Stacy Keach.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he's always kind of quirky to me. What was he like to work with?
Well, he's a great actor, so I had no problem working with him. He was a lot of fun, and he was always there for my close-ups, and that means a lot, you
Right.
know. Sometimes stars get so big, they just do their part and then they leave, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
good.
then you've got the script supervisor reading you the lines. Your
Well,
cues.
I have a hard time looking at Stacy Keach after seeing him in one of the Cheech and Chong, or a couple of the Cheech and Chong movies.
Oh, geez. Well, yes, he's had a varied career, to say the least. Plus, he's done a lot of Broadway. But, you know, he's on a TV series right now, Man with a Plan. The guy keeps going. He's the Energizer Bunny, I guess.
Well, now you're still going too. I mean, you got this brand new movie coming out. Not to mention all the stuff that you. I mean, your stuff that you have been involved in, and it just keeps going on and on and on. I mean, honestly, you've got a.
Well, it was fun to be part of some of the classic shows from the 70s and 80s.
Right.
And I understand you're a big Dukes of Hazzard fan.
I'm a Dukes of Hazzard fan and
a Burt Reynolds fan.
Burt Reynolds and James Garner. I mean, you know, that's me.
That's great. I didn't realize you love Matt Cameron, too. That's a very different type of show. But in any case, yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, I got to play Maybelle Tillingham, the switchboard operator, on there for 3 seasons. And,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was great fun doing that show. And what was cool is, you know, Catherine Bach, who plays Daisy Duke, we used to go up against each other all the time for roles. And, in fact, right before they announced who got the starring role for Sixpack Annie, she was the last person I had to beat. So
Right.
It's a small world out in Hollywood when you're auditioning.
Well, I know, but you know, back then everybody was pretty cool, you know, as far as actors. I mean, now, was you? I'm thinking, was you on the? Did you work with James Garner any?
No, I didn't. I tried.
Yeah.
Tried to get on the Rockford Files, but my husband knew him, and in fact, we were all invited to go bring James Christmas one year when he was going through his divorce, and we showed up at his house with a Christmas tree and decorations and everything, and it was quite fun. And he was doing the Polaroid commercials at that time, if you recall.
Oh yeah.
And they had just shipped him a new Polaroid camera, and he was trying to figure out how to get it all together. So I said, well, if you don't mind, I said, I know how to do this. And so I just boom, 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 and he said, wow, that's awesome. So, but a great guy.
Yeah.
I was always a big fan of his, even growing up. I mean, you know, he was good.
But you know, nowadays actors like Tom Cruise, I mean, you hear horror stories. He's got a movie right now everybody's talking about where he is just off the cuff. So
Control.
Well, it'll get out sooner or later, you know, how you treat people. So it's best to treat people like your family. That's what I do.
that's exactly right. People like to be treated like you treat them. That's kind of where we're always at. But
That's good. Oh, that's a good thing. I've loved meeting all my Dukes of Hazzard fans these past 5 years, thanks to James Hammond, because I didn't know all those fans were out there, frankly. You know, never went to any of these events back in the day when the show was super popular.
Well,
at that
Steven's
time.
been talking to a lot of the cast.
Yeah.
He's been. We had John
Oh, that's
Snyder. We
great.
had John Snyder on a couple days ago,
Right.
and we've talked to Enos. What's his real name? Schroyer.
Sonny Schroyer.
Yeah,
I called
Sonny.
him. I talked to Sonny yesterday.
Yeah, we've talked to a
Did
number
you?
of them.
He's
And
a
what-
great guy. In fact, his birthday is the day after mine, and we sang each other happy birthday a few years ago at one of these Dukes of Hazzard autograph shows, and it was so fun. He's charming, a wonderful, sweet man.
I
Sweet
found
man.
out though, when you call Sonny, you need to sit down for a little while because you're going to be on the phone.
Well, yes. You
Yeah.
got to be a good listener.
Yeah, you got to
You
be a
know,
good listener, but that is so funny. So now, who have you worked with that you said you think I ain't never? Now, listen, you know, you're at the age now where you don't care, right? So I mean, who's the one that you know, like I ain't never working with this?
But by the way, Steven's ruined a few careers and politically and professionally. Just let you know that up front.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Well,
we got Gary,
well-
Gary Chapman. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's a big musician. But now he's having to sell marijuana, so it's just all because of me. But
well, actually, you know, most everybody that I worked with were really great people, you know, actors I'm talking about. Now, there are some producers and directors who were a pain to work with.
Right.
The only person that I had a challenge dealing with was when I was training to do Circus of the Stars. I walked the high wire,
right.
and that used to be a show that was on every year for many, many years, and they trained actors to do circus stunts. I gained a new appreciation of what those people go through.
Oh
Good
Lord,
Lord.
yeah.
But anyway, the act was with John Delancey, who was on Days of Our Lives and was popular at that time, and Brian Mitchell from Trapper John. Of course, I had done that show, so I had worked with Brian before.
Yeah, I remember that.
But John Delancey just had the attitude that he could just get by and not do much work. And I said, I kept on him. I said, "You got to get in shape, buddy.
Yeah.
We got to do this." And we trained for 2 months, and finally, by the end, he was committed to the work. But some people just have an attitude that they don't have to do what's required. Let's put it
Yeah, I
that
know
way.
what you mean.
I'll try to be nice.
Packy. I ain't gonna say any names, but anyway, Packy.
I thought she was talking about you. She knows you better than I thought.
You talk about the Dukes of Hazzard. That fan base for the Dukes of Hazzard is unreal.
It is
It
crazy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I
They do
love
the
them.
Hazzard
I
Fest.
just love them because, each generation has passed on the shows to their kids.
Right.
And I'll never forget the first autograph show for the Dukes of Hazzard I went to. This little boy, 7 years old, comes up to my table, and he's looking at my pictures, and I said, "Well, hi there." I said, "I'm Lindsay Bloom, and I play Maybelle Tillingham, the switchboard operator." He goes, "I know who you are. Can I have your autograph, Maybelle?"
Oh, Maybelle. There you go.
That's cute.
Maybelle. Now, you were the one that, the switchboard operator, they were the one that eavesdropped on everybody. Because back when we growed up, we had party lines. I don't know if y'all had them way out there in the big city of California, but we actually had one line on the telephone that served like 3 or 4 or 5 houses.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have. I never experienced that, but my husband did.
There was
back in West Virginia.
there was a lady
So-
in this town that would actually eavesdrop, and she would correct. She was a school teacher, I think. She would correct their pronunciation while they were talking on the phone to each other.
Well, I have to say that Maybelle knew all the dirt in Hazzard County,
Right.
and she, was always on the phone with her uncle, Boss Hogg.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
my
right.
favorite episode that I did was when the bad guys tied me up in the phone office, and the Duke boys had to rescue me. So I love that part of it.
Yeah. Everybody loves
I mean,
the
I
Duke.
was all taped up to a chair on the ground, and they got me up, got me out of
Saved you.
there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I looked like John Schneider, I'd be where he's at today. There ain't no doubt. But anyway, I'm a little short, fat, and I don't know why it's got to be tall, dark, and handsome. Why can't it be short, wide, and squatty? But,
Well, there's different
bald.
strokes for
Don't
different
forget
folks.
bald.
There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
But
So
So now, this movie you got coming out, who's in it? Who's all the stars in it?
well, Aiden Turner and Tony Hudson play the lead roles of the husband and wife. Diane Ladd makes a guest appearance in it. Dirk Benedict, John O'Hurley is the voice of God. Some really good character actors that play the 2 cops that are part of my detail as the mayor.
Right.
And we had some good laughs, and there's a lot of funny stuff in the movie too. And so
if somebody
it was
wants to
fun
watch the movie, Lindsay, where do they need to go to do that?
Oh,
Tell them
well,
again.
sure. Obviously you can't go to theaters.
Right,
So,
right.
What you can do is either live stream it, rent it from Fandango Now, Google Play, Amazon Fire Stick, iTunes. If you have DirecTV or Dish, they're carrying it. Also, Fandango Now online. You can also, they can order the DVD, the actual DVD at Amazon, Target, or Walmart.
See, DVDs are going to come back.
You're
Blu-ray,
in Walmart? You're in Walmart? Wow.
It's going to come
Yeah,
back.
boy,
You
you
are
make
big.
it big when you're in Walmart.
I guarantee it. Jeez, I had a cousin of mine got married in Walmart, man. It was romantic.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it was romantic.
That's hilarious.
So now, where are you going to be next? I know you do a lot of meet and greets and stuff. You got anything on the books for that?
Well, the year is cranking down here. A lot of things in the works for 2021, and hopefully some other things will open up by
Right.
then with this way they're dealing with the COVID-19, with all the shots they're giving everybody. Right?
Right.
But John Schneider has a wonderful event every year called Beau's Extravaganza, usually in April, first week in April when it's his birthday. My husband and I were privileged to go down and visit with him this past year. Back in July, had to postpone his regular event down in Louisiana.
Right.
But my husband and John did some music back in the day. So, and my husband's name's Nathan Nutter for those that were interested.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're probably going to go get to see him again, and lots of different things have been percolating, and we just did a nice PSA for our military who's overseas taking care of things for this country.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Show business is one of those things that you say, oh yeah, I got a job, and then you do the job, and then it's over, and then you got to find another job.
Well, that's pretty much the way my life is, but it's not show business. Like I'll get a job, and then I get fired and I have to get another job. But yeah. Listen, we got to get to a break, young lady. But I would love to have you back on. You've been a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. I always enjoy these kind of things, and it's great to meet you over the phone. And you got a great voice. And I have to ask you a real quick question.
Yeah.
I noticed you got the Beatles logo on your page there.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of the Beatles?
Can I be honest with you? I'm an Elvis fan. I think the Beatles.
All right.
I think the Beatles weren't rock and roll myself, but everybody argues that. But no, I'm an
Well,
Elvis fan.
I got to see Elvis Presley live when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
In Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I'm from. And my dad and mom took me to see him. I remember my dad putting me up on his shoulder so I could see because the place was packed full of screaming females. And,
oh, what a memory.
yeah,
what a
I
memory.
wrote my first fan letter to Elvis Presley. So, yes, always loved his music. And, the Beatles came out when I was 13, 14, so they were a big influence at that time.
Right.
And,
But you grew out of that. Hopefully so, anyway.
yes, I did.
There you go. All right, girl, listen, we've got to go. Thank you so much. Don't forget about the new movie coming out, Charlie's Christmas Wish, right? Charlie's Christmas Wish?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct, Stephen.
All right,
Well, listen, have a blessed day, and it was great fun talking with you.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There you go. All right. Folks, don't forget you can listen online anywhere in the world at WJULradio.com. That is WJULradio.com. Or you can listen live at Lake 97.7 WJUL. And don't forget, we're going to be uploading this to the YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So just go to the Morning Dish. You can listen to the show again and give us a like and give us a share. We appreciate it.